Last time we finished our Necromancer run, so we can start a new one today. The class I wanna try out today is the Berserker. Berserker is a warrior class, or a class of from the faction of the Children of Morrigan. Has, like all the Children of Morrigan, 100 HP and base damage 8 to 12. Berserkers are invigorated when they're heavily wounded, making them most deadly when they're balancing on the verge of death. That is reflected in our passive skill. When you're below 50% HP, gain +1 energy. The ultimate ability gives us lifesteal until the end of our turn. The amount of HP they recover per hit depends on the number of charges we spend. Every hit we suffer will charge the ultimate. We're also playing on difficulty level 4, which has now hard enemies instead of deeper enemies. I assume that means we have more types of enemies available. We have only seen 62 out of the 64 enemies, and I've played quite a few runs, so it might be that these are quest related or something, like an encounter, but it also might mean that they only unlock on higher difficulties. That is something that could hide behind these hard enemies, but honestly I'm not entirely sure. We had hard fights, and basic fights to hard fights was a quite a large difference, so we'll see how this hard enemies effect will turn out. Anyway, let's jump into the run. And let's see what this Berserker class is all about. From what I've seen so far, it seems like using armor to actually take hits but don't take too much damage from them seems like a good idea, so we can charge our ultimate and hover around 50% HP to get the extra energy, but heal up with the ultimate whenever necessary. At least that's what I'm currently assuming is gonna be the case. I wonder how we scale our damage. The other two warrior classes have a very clear path for that, especially the Weird Hunter with the vulnerable stacking, but to some degree also the Pathfinder, which I haven't played on stream yet, but I have played a run with it on my own. Okay, let's take a look at our deck. So we have attacks, of course, and small strikes. We don't have the armor reduction card the Weird Hunter comes with, but we do have a different one. We have Crawling Fire. Deal one hit for 50% damage and reduce the enemy's armor by 25, but only for 2 turns instead of until the end of combat. Damage is increased by 10% for every 10% of your missing HP. So this card is pretty weak at full health, but it becomes more potent the lower we are. We also have blocks and stuns. Well, blocks and a stun. And we have Fortify. Gain 25 armor until end of turn. Retaliate 5 damage per hit until the end of turn. Ability. So this is our ability. Retaliate. The enemy receives the specified amount of damage it just dealt. So we will retaliate for 5 damage if they do at least 5 damage to us, is what I'm assuming the specified amount of damage it just dealt means, but we'll see about that. Anything else? Let's look at our passives. We only have Trance. Whenever you're below 50% HP, gain 1 energy. And here's our ultimate. Gain lifesteal until the end of turn. Effect strength depends on the number of charges spent. Okay. Did we complete any quests last time? I think if so we turned them in, but let's take a look at our quest just in case. Nothing has changed in these. We should find a friend of the Master at Arms. That's the windmill ceremony, which we can't enter yet. Get rid of the squire for the Master of at Arms, because we found out that's the son, the sadistic son of his former lord. Conscious Darkness. The witch told me to lead the Seeking Traveler to his breaking point. Weaver of Tendons. We should find the Countess, find some of her skin. Fire and Brimstone. Master Iron. We haven't found any trace of him. Madman's Faith. Help the priestess cleanse the Allmother's altars. We are looking for Honir. We have his spear, but we don't know where he went. Flame purifies all. The scientist wants a bark sample from the archer's leg. And that's Futark, the son of the old lady we met. I was looking for a runestone, who we should talk to as well. We have quite a bit of Weirdstone and some blood. I don't think this much blood is gonna be enough to really buy any upgrades right now. Yeah. Nope. Not enough. Just yet. So let's buy our quest card. We could also upgrade to have an additional rest. That might matter with a class that uses their health as a resource. So I'm gonna buy the second rest here. That seems like a pretty good upgrade anyways. We have Envy. That seems pretty good for the Berserker. Losing some HP for attacks maybe. Wrath. Haven't tried that out yet, but it's 0 cost hits. So that would be good for someone who draws a lot of cards. Maybe the Pathfinder could make good use of that. Gluttony, always a nice one. Draw 2 cards, reduce their cost to 0. I want to try out Envy. Deal 1 hit for 100% damage, lose 10 HP if the target wasn't killed. Kill 6 more enemies with this card to turn it into Sword of Envy. And then it's 1 hit for 500% damage for 1 cost and lose 5 HP. We also could buy a runestone, and I think that's what I'm gonna do with the remaining money. Calc is nice. I don't think we need the healing after each combat as much if we have the ability to heal with our ultimate. So just having some base armor sounds like kind of nice for a character who wants to take some hits. So let's use a cracked ether. That brings us up to 15 armor. And then let's set out. Anything we can see from up here? Not really a whole lot right now. Yeah, not much I can spy right now. I don't even see a milestone at the moment. Although there is definitely one over there. Seems like we have a 3-way path, so we should have 3 easy fights. Let's start with this deformed peasant or whatever. No, corrupted human or something. Infected human. Okay. Let's take a look at our ult. 4 charges gives us 25% lifesteal, 8 charges gives us 60% lifesteal, and 12 charges gives us 100% lifesteal. Oftentimes 25% will be good enough, and 60% will almost always be good enough, unless we have some really low health and not a ton of attacks. But we'll see. Right now I think we just hit him. If not played next turn, lose 75% damage. 5 to 8. That is gonna be about a bit more than 20 damage. Maybe we can finish with the envy after that. That won't quite be enough. But we can do an attack and then use the envy to get the kill. That was pretty good. We should definitely make sure we get some envy kills early on when the enemies aren't too dangerous. Refreshing breeze, always nice. Hot iron, deal a hit for 350% damage, lose 10 HP. That is like a weaker sort of envy, but we don't have to convert it, so that could be nice. All in, this turn increase the damage you deal by 50%, that could be nice as well. When would that be good? If we have very strong attacks? I'm not sure. All in sounds a bit weaker. Blocks are less important to us, but Refreshing Breeze could still be used to play out the Fortify. We will always have a defensive card in hand to use it on after we played all the attacks, so I'm gonna pick it. Whenever you suffer a hit, cleave 15% of damage received. Cleave deals 20% of damage to all other enemies. So do we deal 20% or 15%? That wouldn't be a lot. So it's probably just cleave. Instead of 20%, you cleave 15%. Plague Wielder. Whenever you receive a hit, reduce enemy's armor by 10 for 2 turns. That is okay, I guess. For the first 3 hits in combat, reduce armor of all enemies by 25. I would assume the enemies start with the reduced armor, and after you've done 3 hits, they will get their armor back. Kinda like none of these all that much. But we are taking hits, so I wonder if Division takes armor into account before it calculates the damage we deal. If it does, it's probably quite bad. Plague Wielder. Division is good against the summoners who summon units at 1 health, because like any amount of damage will kill them, even if it's just a little bit, then cleave hits all targets, so that's certainly not bad in that specific scenario. But I feel like Plague Wielder is going to be more useful in the long run. Maybe even Fear could be nice. Hi Timo, welcome! Luna says hi too. A cracked calc, not bad, and a cracked win. In weapons lock, gain 50% damage this turn for every inflicted stun, and in armor slot, stun a random enemy for every 5 turns. Right, we can now find rare runes in combat. I'm gonna put in the cracked calc, drawing an extra card and reducing its cost in the first turn. That is usually quite useful to have. Here we have one of these peasants, deformed peasants. Can we get an envy off on the first turn? That would be nice. Start with small strikes. This is gonna be about 10. This is gonna be about 5, so another 10. We have about 20. This is gonna be another 10, so we have 30. We can't get the envy off. Let's use a Fortify. Start taking some damage. We don't want to play the envy if we can't kill anything with it, so I won't do that. Next turn lose 2 energy, or this turn lose 2 energy and increase the damage of all enemies. I don't really want to increase the damage of the enemies. I'm gonna just attack you twice, then Fortify, reduce the incoming damage a bit. We will have reduced energy this turn, but yeah, I'm gonna block a hit here. And here's the envy to get the kill. Acid flask, nice, nice. And another calc. like getting duplicates of the same rune early. Let's move over to the other side and finish the last easy fight we have available here. It should be this one. Another deformed peasant. Lose 100 armor next turn. We will just block the hit, I guess. Yeah. We are missing some health now, so this is hitting a bit harder. Reduce their armor. I am gonna block this hit actually. That's about 20. We should have the kill here. This will not kill, so the enemy will. Okay, we got 3 kills with our enemy already. So we are on good track getting that one completed. Let's take a look at this milestone we have here. There's the golem, the first boss. We could almost certainly reach to the pack of enemies, and with the golem being in range, I don't see a reason to not boost this milestone. Can we reach this enemy? We can't. Are these ranges variable? Because I could have sworn that would reach. Huh. Well, at least we still hit the golem with it. Let's explore the other direction first. Then. That is an enemy over there. Where is the other milestone? I like going for the milestones first because that... Oh, is it... Yeah, it's over there. Can we get past you? We can. Nice, nice. There we have the milestone. That one might reach to the treasure guardian. That's probably worth it too.
As the flick.
Is the weird crawling back slowly? No, just look that way. Okay. We can't quite reach over here, right? Yeah. I guess. So what do we have here? We have Armed Wanderer. That is some kind of vendor. All Mother's Altar. That is nice. Well, let's fight you first. Bounty Hunter and the Shaman. Let's go for some damage. Crawling Fire to reduce your armor. And then throw out some damage against you. Nothing really we wanna do other than that. We can pretty easily take these small hits. That shouldn't matter too much. Let's use Fortify and actually retaliate against them. These small hits are pretty good to charge our ultimate. You didn't attack. Didn't this guy intend to attack? Nice, we got the kill on the Shaman. And only leaves the Bounty Hunter. Might as well play out the retaliate there. Let's see, this is 12 to 17. 14 to 20, that will exactly not kill the enemy, even at the max hit. So we can get another envy kill here. That is number 4 out of 6 required. We also leveled up, so we will gain a new card. Small Blessing, Calm Breeze, Inhuman Utterings. Well, this ultimate seems a bit harder to charge than some of the others, so maybe Inhuman Utterings is pretty good. Charge your ultimate ability to half of its max charges, then will allow us to easily lifesteal. Small Blessings could also be quite good. Draw a card, it costs 0 energy this turn. We only have the stun that is more expensive right now, but there are a lot of good expensive attacks in the Children of Morrigan. Calm Breeze, I don't think I want that right now. It's energy positive, but it's random, so it can sometimes waste these charges. We don't currently need any godless healing, so we might come back to you later. I feel like taking on this fight in the Weird. I think that's fine. These fights are still not that difficult. Let's go for the Bounty Hunter first, so we don't get too many negative cards in our deck. Draw 3 less. I could increase the armor of all enemies. I think that's what I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna refresh. Increase the armor this turn, for 2 turns actually. And then just block 1 hit. Well, the position we don't want to be in, we never want to be in, is being low on health and not have our ultimate charged. So that is something we need to avoid, but we can probably pretty safely go down to half HP and gain the benefit of our passive. I should have done a Crawling Fire there first. And I will use a Fortify to reduce the incoming damage a bit and retaliate. That got us our ultimate, so we could use that to heal up. But I'm gonna go below half HP here first. Well, that's useless right now. Didn't manage to get a kill there. Oh well. That means we have an enemy target. That's a big hit, I don't want to take that. I will take the hit from the Red Priest. That is fine. I'm also gonna use the Retaliate here. Now we have 8 ultimate charges, so we can gain 60% lifesteal. Probably not on this turn, that would be kind of wasted. Let's get rid of the Red Priest, so we only have the Life Force to worry about. We can hit you for 15 and higher. Small Strike sadly not gonna reach 15. Let's block the hit. We are now below 50%. We don't want to go that much lower than this. I will retaliate. Will I retaliate if I block? I won't, yeah. How do we get your armor lower? We would need to play Crawling Fire, I suppose. That helps. Now get your barrier gone, so we can actually start lifestealing potentially next turn. 75% damage next turn, or lose 25 armor for 2 turns. I think I have to block this hit. This is a pretty bad enemy to lifesteal against. Fine, I'm gonna lose the armor. I'm gonna block this turn anyways. How do we deal with this guy? We don't really have a big attack. And we can't really boost our damage either. We can only reduce their armor temporary, so we can't stack that up. We have the acid flask. Maybe we just have to wait. I'm gonna try to stun you. I forgot I had that flute. Yeah, this is a little bit of a problem. I stun you so you don't buff your damage even higher. 350% is more than enough. And I think this is the turn where we try to go off. Use the acid flask on the enemy to reduce their armor. Activate the lifesteal. Start with a crawling fire to reduce their armor even more. The small strikes still don't do much. Good enough. We heal quite a bit from that. So that is neat. Feel like in shorter fight you don't really want to take much damage.
So, what did you learn today?
There's a certain knight in need of your help. I hope I can still forget a skill afterwards.
The Wanderer listens to your story,
But the
and
quest
lights up.
is more important.
You can count on me. I'll find this poor boy and do everything I can to help him out. And I already have an idea. You see, by breaking my friend out of that accursed brooch, you've made it possible for me to enter it. This, in turn, gives me an idea. You say the boy needs responsibility. Well, let's give him a responsibility. We'll make him into a guard of this damned brooch in no time. However, since I'll be busy with this, I need to ask you for a favor.
Okay. What do you need?
I know there's a man somewhere out there, someone I was trying to train back in the day. I taught him a lot, yet it wasn't enough to keep him from throwing his gift away. He was a natural fighter. It's too bad he decided to fight the wrong people. They threw him into a cell and left him to rot. But I'm sure I saw someone who looked just like him on my travels. He's gone by many names over the years, but his real name is Coolin. He'd be surprised to hear it after all this time. If you find him before I do, please let him know that I'm here, and that he's welcome to join me anytime.
Okay. I have no idea who he's talking about. Oh, maybe the prisoner I can train with? That would kind of make sense. Let's go for this All Mother's Altar. We have no perverted life forces in this combat, so we don't need to be scared about running into those again. A-bomb. We can leave the A-bomb alive. I'm gonna block if it's free. Focus my damage on these enemies. That envy... Yes, that is a kill. And now we have the Sword of Envy. Deal a hit for 45 to 65, lose 5 HP. Life loss doesn't trigger our ultimate though, because it's not a hit. Next hit deals less damage. And I'm gonna kill you off. I wonder if it's worth taking 2 hits to the A-bomb before we kill it to use the lifesteal. Probably not. So that means we want to block most stuff. level 4. That gets us another passive. Double Pain. Duplicate the next card played. Double Strike. Deal 2 hits for 100% damage and cleave. Last result. Game 5 block. Next turn lose an energy. I don't think I wanted to go into block too much. Like having some access to it might be nice to block the large hits. Something like a targeted block could be good. Other than that, I think I want to focus more on gaining armor and just dishing out damage to lifesteal back. I think Double Strike could fit our strategy decently well. So I'm gonna take it. Death Crush. Whenever you have less than 25% HP, duplicate every attack type card. What? Increase your max HP by 2 after each victorious combat. Nice. Frenzy. Whenever you have less than 25 HP, increase your damage by 75%. This is 75%, this is double. And this is double multiplicative. This is just gonna add our damage. Death Crush is much better. Soul Trap is also pretty tempting. But yeah, this is raw power. We are looking to increase our max HP. That is definitely something we now care about.
The shrine has faint traces of power lingering in the air. A priestess materializes out of the Wyrdness and asks what it is that you're looking for.
Perform a ritual.
You feel a strange power rising around you. Is that a faint glow over the altar?
Healing power of the altar increased. We could ask for 2 legendary cards now, because I don't need the healing, I don't need a blessing, and I certainly don't want to rob the shrine and prevent me from getting any healing beyond this point. Let's fight this enemy here. Lose 25% of your current HP. Honestly, that's fine. Not great, but good enough. We could still play it, creating 20 barrier on the enemies. That's actually somewhat annoying. Wrong order. Should have gone with the attack first, of course. Do I block a hit? I block the hit for 7 and take the one for 2 to 3. Really? Well, fine then. I think I am gonna try and take 2 more hits to the A-bomb. And then lifesteal back some health. If we get below 25%, 25% right now will be 27.5, so 27 or lower would get me there. And then we should be able to lifesteal back a lot of health. I'm actually gonna keep these enemies somewhat healthy, so that I don't run out of targets to hit. I'm gonna block here. I need to take another 2 damage somehow, but this... I guess I'm going down to low health here. Now we use the Berserker. It is a decent amount of healing, that's for sure. I want to overkill our targets as much as possible, or not at all. Ah yes, of course. As we lifesteal our way out of the low HP, we stop duplicating cards. That is a bit... That is something I, yeah, wasn't aware. Like, I should have been. It's obvious, but I didn't think of it. Oh,
Welcome
hi scientist.
again. Unfortunately.
We need 200 money. The 30 max health. Any of these will be really nice. I think... Are we strong enough to... You know, I could use the All Mother's Altar for healing and try the Treasure Guardian.
The shrine had the priestess.
I kinda wanted those All Mother's Blessings, but if we have other uses for our money, maybe it's better to go with that play instead. We definitely fortify against these enemies. I should have fortified last. I think we focus down the normal rats. That's a lot of hits at the very least. We could heal quite a bit with the Sword of Envy here. Yep, that was some good lifesteal. And finish the Rat King on his own. We can heal back up if we want to, and I think we should, but not yet. We do that next turn. With 100%. Okay, we have a lot of healing potential with this ultimate. So...
You found when you filled
Armor slot, 30 max HP is also good, but we can always just get 30 max HP from our armor slot, because we have cracked stands, and eventually these will upgrade to polished stands. I do like the max HP, but I think more armor is better right now. I might go for max HP from the scientist though. Although I probably should go for damage, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, let's go for damage. With the additional armor slot we can bolster our defenses quite easily. So we go with 30 HP and 10 armor from this, and then use that for our defense. We have used the All Mother's Altar, right? We have. This one was the Godless Healing guy. So, yeah. It's time to clean up the rest of the map and then go for the boss. Let's get a move on here. This is lose 25% of your current HP. I would like to prevent that. Create 20 barrier on all enemies, that's fine. That was a very bad order. I played the biggest attack after reducing my damage potential. I'm just gonna let myself drop below 50% here. So I gain the extra energy each turn. Hi Karas, welcome! That's of course interesting. Very aggressive playstyle with you getting stronger the lower HP you have. So I'm letting myself drop to low HP here on purpose because I'm very strong on low HP. I don't want it to draw 3 cards less. 13 to 16. 25% now, that would be 35 health. That is indeed quite low. There we are. Now we double each attack plate. So we are dishing out some mad damage right now. Double Edge. Retaliate with 1 hit, dealing 200% of damage received from the next hit. Sacrificial Dagger. Offer 10% of your max HP, gain 50% damage until the end of combat. That could be good, but the problem with that is if we want to stay on low HP, well, there is reposition, so it's not really a choice what we pick here. But Sacrificial Dagger I could see in a Berserker deck quite well. It's just if we're trying to be about 25, to be at about 25% HP.
The shift, but suddenly,
That's
instead of
dangerous.
walking among human graves, you now walk among rugged, gigantic. This place looks like a cemetery of giants, or perhaps of the Ford.
Walk
While
around the
wandering
cemetery.
around, you find
Some weird stone. Nice. One with the Weird Hunter on the first try, then died twice in the first couple fights with the Pathfinder. Yeah, Pathfinder is quite a bit... is very different than the Weird Hunter. In terms of how you play it, I think. But they're really strong if you can get to a good defensive core with your deck. Okay, how do we do this? Sword of Envy doesn't want us to stay too low on HP because it does kind of require that we spend some. Maybe what we do here is we get our ultimate ready, taking 14. Get ready to weaken by weakening your armor a bit. Dealing some damage to you. Lifesteal. And then we start with an attack that doesn't get us past 35 health. We need to kill you. 10 to 15. Yeah, that will definitely kill. You know what? We can do so with the cleave. Use the attack. It's a tricky spot. I want to stay between like 25 and 35 health most of the time. Like any max health would be kind of nice, as would armor. But if we can't take damage, we also can't heal, so this is rough. It's a difficult playstyle, that's for sure. Mysterious Witch, we need more HP before we talk to you. That means I do actually want to heal up in a fight. This means we have to take a few small hits and then heal up as much as possible. Lose 100% armor, that is exactly the opposite of taking small hits. The cards you can get are the same for each class within a faction. At least for the most part, yes. Definitely fortify. We take 2 pretty small hits, I guess. Anything else we can do here? I guess we can stun the healer. This thing is intending to heal for 0? What? What does it do? Why does it heal for 0? It says this totem heals all allies, but it doesn't. It doesn't really heal. Totem of the Wolf. This totem increases the damage of all allies at the start of each turn. That one is more of a problem. Darkest Dungeon heal. Let's stun you. Ah, I wanted to throw out the ult, but we have to wait. I hate this Tainted Force. I don't want to increase their armor because that means I have to wait longer. But I also don't want to draw 3 cards less. That's even worse. Occultist crit heal for 0. Yeah, right, the occultists. They could do that. Well, we do have the Sword of Envy. That will be a good time to use the Berserker, I guess. Despite the enemies having some extra armor. Oh, right, that's not an attack card. I forgot about that. Well, we're out of the duplication effect. That's about 2 healing. We probably better use Fortify instead. Could also have blocked. And I want to get my duplication effect back. Wards. Wards would be really nice. Would they? I could just use block if I think wards are nice. Oh, here's the Seeking Traveler.
Did indeed help this man to survive. But now the weird candle he got from you is almost extinguished.
You again! It's a sign! Gods have sent you to help me with my search. Please, can I have one more candle?
Maybe he's right. Maybe it's more than just a coincidence.
You can have another weird candle.
You. I hope we'll meet again.
He continues with his
Well, eventually he's gonna find out that this doesn't really get him anywhere. Yeah, I wonder too. I hope it's not too many. Maybe I should turn on the light. It has definitely been quite a hindrance. Not having it active. These are not the kind of hits I want to take. 8 to 10. I think I reposition. Don't really want to use the Sword of Envy right now. Maybe my entire strategy is flawed at the moment. I guess I can take a hit for 6. 4 to 5. Yeah, that's much more reasonable. Okay, trying again to charge my ult. These guys are buffing their damage though. I would need... I guess it's still worth. We stun the buffer. Increase armor again. Better than extra... better than losing draws, I suppose. I think I want to block this turn. Can only block once though. Well, we have the Sword of Envy now, so... This is a weird playstyle. I don't really like it. Yeah, the stun flute wasn't that great. Increase everyone's damage, stun enemies, increase everyone's armor. Increase everyone's armor seems nice, we just use it at the end of turn. Increase armor of everyone by 50 this turn, can be used once per combat. Yeah, that should be no problem. And should work pretty well with the Berserker. So we can take even smaller hits. Increase armor of all enemies, again discard. It's a lot of hits. Maybe we just take them with Fortify and the Wooden Flute, going up to 75 armor. Charge our ult. We should focus on the Faceless Hunter, I think. Because they are gonna grow their damage. I'm not below 25%. I need to be below 25% to have the duplication. You have less than 25, yeah. Yeah, the barrier one I have used for quite a while, but I wanted to see what else there is. And the barrier one is really nice. I'm gonna reposition just to not have to deal with the Tainted Force. Yeah, these are now not doing much damage at all. And their armor will be gone once I get my turn. Oh, I still have to deal with the Tainted Force apparently. That healed much less than I expected. Should probably take these hits. Increase armor, that sucks. Drawing less cards sucks as well. Two hits for one is probably quite good for me to just take. Again? Lose 100 armor, that's fine. But so is the next hit deals less damage, because my hit is not gonna do any damage anyways. Then I think we try to use our ult next turn and finish the fight. Piercing Strike, reduce the enemy's armor by 50% and damage by 10% for the next 5 turns. Double Block, it's a good defensive card if that's something we're interested in. Pure Luck, deal 1 hit for 100% damage, gain 1 block, also quite nice. Piercing Strike is pretty good, but I think I'm gonna go with the Pure Luck. In the start of each combat game for ultimate charges, that allows us to heal, no matter what. Each combat, the damage received from the first 3 hits is reduced to 1, that is very nice. Whenever you kill an enemy, gain 50 armor and 1 energy this turn. That is also pretty good. Kinda want the M-Arc, right? Or the Calm Mind. Yeah, Calm Mind is probably better. It's 3 ultimate charges basically. Okay. For the witch, we switch out the cracked stem because we don't want our max HP to be high, otherwise her services cost more, and then we use a healing mixture so that we can actually afford her card removals. I think her card removals is 60% HP, that would be 66.
Okay. What if we also... What could it...
No, it's not 60. What is it? 75. It's 75%. I mean, a random stat boost is nice as well, but 5 card removals? Can we move? Oops, wrong screen. Can we retreat from this and then try again? Let's get a stat boost. 20 max HP, that is actually really good for us. With enough max HP, it's pretty easy to stay at a low percentage HP. Golem, how can we... I feel like we're gonna die here. Do we have any combat items that would be really useful? Meat, maybe. Probably not the leaves. Warding Lore is actually quite good. I am a bit worried about this golem fight. Moving stones. Double strike should take care of that. We do got to seize the opportunity, but I want to save my 1 health hits a bit longer. I'm trying to trigger this with extra hits, I guess. There's our stun though. Let's throw out the stun. And then focus this thing down. Three times one. That's not actually 3 times. Well, it is 3 times 1 right now, but this guy will hit for more than 1 after that. 1 block makes sure that these are actually all 1s. Do I have better attacks in my deck? I do. I have Crawling Fire and Double Strike. Pure Luck is also there. Let's try to find something better. I can't stun again. Not with this guy still on the field. Losing armor is quite bad for this character specifically. I'm just gonna block, take the 1. I will use up our Calm Mind, right? Yeah. That's okay though. Get this one down, get a block. Reduce your armor. 3 more hits. I should definitely block this hit. Or stun the golem. Guess we stun. And then focus on the moving stones. Use the envy here. Ah, we triggered it again. I guess that's okay. I want to reduce my damage right now. I'm gonna take the small hit from the moving stones. That is no good. I could fortify to reduce the damage a bit, but I think we have to use risk here. Get another stun out. I still have this armor effect. But with the golem hitting this hard, kinda have to block his hits. Nice. Reposition for a block. Reduce your armor some more. Do the small strikes. Time for some lifesteal. Do I take the gamble? I don't have to. Why didn't my armor get increased so much? Until the end of combat. What increases my armor until the end of combat? I lose armor until the end of combat with these cards. I'm not sure. That's a lot of damage. Gotta use risk here. Slow and steady wins the race. Pure luck is great. It's block we need, and then some damage. We have to stun. We have to stun. At least these guys don't have a ton of HP now, because they always have 1%, no, not 1%, 10% of the golem's HP. So that makes them pretty manageable. Can gain some armor this turn. Two more hits. I don't want to trigger it. Block one of the hits and tank the others. Not great, but it should do. Crawling fire, then reposition. I don't want to stun, I want to block. Pure luck is great. Another block, I will take it. And now we finish off the golem. This should do it. Okay. That worked. That was a scary fight. But we now have even more HP with the
Feels like an echo
polished
of something.
stand. Do we take the Weirdstone Heart this time? Go for the final boss once again? Sure. We haven't done so in a while. Who do we have left here? Cursed Healer, Ancient Gravestone. We did interact with those. Anything else up there? I don't think so. I think we utilized all the available events here. All Mother's Altar and the Scientist. We definitely bought the potion. We definitely got the healing. Yeah, that's all. Wait, there is no... I thought we could cut through there, but that is not actually a path. Okay,